Wait a second. Are you saying psychics are real? Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Espresso with Sky, where you'll get a fresh perspective on faith, life, God, and the Bible. I am Pastor Sky, and over here are my two sidekicks. If you haven't done so, hit all those crazy buttons, but most importantly, leave a comment below. I want to hear your honest opinion on today's subject. And if you want to support this ministry, we got PayPal and buymeacoffee.com. Go ahead and buy me a cup of coffee. All right, so let's get into today's topic. Now, Christians and people of faith have this aversion towards psychics, mediums, horoscopes, faith healers that are all outside of Christianity. And a lot of people even say, if it's not inside Christianity, it is satanic. So what we want to do today is we want to go deeper into this subject and to give you a better understanding. Number one, are these even real? Right? Because I know a lot of people are also saying, I think it's fake. But the first question is, are they real? And the second question is, are they satanic or not? All right? So let's first go into the question of, do they really exist? Are they real? Remember, we're not talking about whether they're satanic or not. First, we'll talk about, are they real? Are there such things as real psychics and real mediums and real horoscopes looking at the stars? And the answer is yes. They are all over the Bible. The first one, let's take a look at a medium, someone who can connect you to another spirit from the dead. And what happened in 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 11 and 12? Exactly that. King Saul summons a medium, and she actually connects and summons the spirit of the prophet Samuel. It actually happened. Mediums are real. Now, I'm not saying all of them are real, but there are some people who have that skill. Second thing, what about psychics? People could tell your future. And the answer is, there are. Actually, in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 6, it talks about a certain word that you only see in video games. It is a necromancer. Yes, a necromancer. And people are like, what the heck is a necromancer? And a necromancer is someone who tells you about your future. They're a seer, almost like a prophet. And last but not least, well, what about the stars? Like, are these horoscopes and looking at the stars, are they something that are even real? Like, can you really tell by looking at the stars? And the answer is absolutely. Look at Jesus. Who came to see Jesus when he was born? 3 magi, 3 wise men from the east, not even from Israel, but they followed a star. They said, yes, there's a star that talks about the person who's going to be the king of the world, the king of Israel, the king of the Jews. How do they know? From looking at stars. So when you look at the Bible, you're going to see that these types of things are not these fake things that we just going to say that, they are not real. But the answer is they are. They are real, and they're even in the Bible. So the first thing is, are they real? And the answer is yes. I'm not saying all, but some of them are actually real. Now let's get to the last question of, are these powers from Satan? Are they satanic? Are all these powers that are outside of Christianity, they are not from God, but they are from Satan? And the answer is no. They are not from Satan. So let me give you an example. Let's say someone from birth has the power to talk to spirits. They're a medium, okay? So people in Christianity would be like, oh my goodness, they're not Christian. They don't believe in God. They must be from Satan. Those powers are bad. But then what if they eventually come to Christ like 10 years later? Then do you all of a sudden switch your mind and say, oh, no, their powers are from God now? Well, which is it? Is it from Satan or is it from God? And the answer is those powers do not come from Satan. Most likely, almost all of them come from God. So like, well, Pastor Sky, how would you explain this? So let's look into a verse, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 23, and we're going to see that human beings have 3 parts to them. It is the body, soul, and spirit. Now here's the thing. When God creates human beings, God blesses everyone in a different area. Sometimes you're blessed in the physical area, and we see these amazing athletes or strongest men in the world, the Michael Jordans, LeBron James, Usain Bolt. All these people are just so gifted physically. We don't think of them weird or anything. We're just like, wow, they're so blessed physically. The second type of person that's blessed is a person that's blessed in the soul or the mind, or we call them geniuses, the Albert Einsteins, the Nikola Teslas, right? We're talking about these people that are such like geniuses in physics and math, the Stephen Hawkings, and we're like, whoa, and we accept them. We don't think they're weird. Well, sometimes we do, but we accept them as geniuses and we understand. Here's where it gets a little weird, is the third one. And that one is when God blesses people in their spirit. Some people, from birth, their spiritual eyes are open. Some people have the spiritual ears open. Some people can heal. Some people can see the future, which is a prophet basically, right? A lot of people from birth do and are born with spiritual gifts. And because we don't know the spiritual realm that well, this is why we kind of freak out and think, oh my goodness, is this from Satan or not? No one looks at physical gifts and say, oh, that Michael Jordan's from Satan. He got his gifts from Satan. No one says that. No one says Stephen Hawkins is from Satan. No, it only comes with these spiritual gifts. And it's only because we don't know enough about the spiritual realm yet. And because we don't know what happens. Whenever we don't know something, human beings tend to freak out. And what I want you guys to do is learn more about the spiritual realm and the spiritual gifts and understand the gifts are given by God from the beginning, from birth. Like a lot of them, we're talking majority, vast majority of them are given from birth. And what we're really looking at is human responsibility of what will you use that gift for? That's the difference. Whether it's physical gifts, mental gifts, or spiritual gifts, the biggest issue is the usage, right? It's not the power given from Satan. What's the usage? And people have a choice how to use each of these gifts. So is the power from Satan? No. Can you make it satanic? Absolutely, by using it for evil things. But the gift or the power itself is from God. I hope that makes a lot of sense to you. These things are real. I'm not saying all of them, but they are real gifts. And on top of it, the biggest thing that we have to think about is, what am I going to use this gift God has given me for? And that's the thing that we really need to think about. I hope that today's topic was something that was really interesting and made your mind think a lot deeper, opened it up. Everyone have an amazing and awesome week. This is Pastor Sky here on Espresso with Sky. These are my two sidekicks. Everyone have an amazing and awesome day. Everyone, see you later. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.